Adair decided who lived and who died in those days in North Belfast. And I used to say to him, now, where are you going? And he would say to me, where am I going? I'm going to make the news tonight. I decide what you watch on television tonight. Go home and watch it. That meant someone was going to die.
Few people in this country strike as much fear and terror as Johnny Mad Dog Adair.
Directing terrorism meant picking targets, choosing targets, targeting targets.
Now, in layman's language, is that killing people?
Well, engaging with the enemy, let's just say. Engaging with the enemy.
How many bodies does he have in his hands?
Well, people talk in terms of 30.
They say you're only as good as your last operation. And under my direction, C Company had been involved in many, many, many professional operations against the professional IRA.
And yet he's willing to risk it all just to humiliate his enemies.
It could cost me my life if I'm not careful. And these people were to capture me, I've no doubt that they would kill me. No doubt whatsoever. For fuck's sake, stop. For fuck's sake, that's us. Fuck now, here.
Over a 20-year reign, Adair directed more than 40 killings and hundreds of attempted murders. Today he's living in exile in Britain, looking for a new place to call home.
I met my love by the gasworks wall.
Banished from his Belfast home after a murderous feud with other loyalist paramilitary leaders, Adair and son Jonathan, known as Mad Pup, have teamed up with gangster Mark Scarface Morrison.
The
quiet seaside town of Ayr is no stranger to visitors from across the water in Northern Ireland. But recently the landmark Station Hotel found itself playing host to some less welcome guests.
Excuse me, turn that camera off.
About 30 loyalist paramilitaries on the run and less than keen on being observed.
These days, Adair is lying low in the Scottish town of Troon, ever watchful for assassins bent on settling old scores. In turn, Adair himself is being monitored by MI5, Strathclyde Police, the Police Service of Northern Ireland, Greater Manchester Police and the National Crime Squad.
Troon is like a quiet town for well-off people, and most of the bars, which I don't even frequent, but apparently I'm barred in quite a few of them for no reason other than I am who I am. Just stories about my past and about the fact that I'd served 16 years in prison and the fact that I was involved in terrorism. They just don't seem to let the past lie.
So what do you do all day?
Bits and pieces. Business interests. Kept very busy. Plus I do a wee bit of training.
Johnny Adair won't talk about his business interests. He says he survives on benefits and the goodwill of loyal friends. Adair, who like Lady Thatcher and the Queen, refers to himself in the third person, denies being a major drug dealer, though son Jonathan has served time for selling heroin and crack cocaine.
I don't know if it's the police or the media who's saying that I'm a fucking drug dealer. How could someone like Johnny Adair possibly fucking dealing drugs? How could someone like Johnny Adair possibly be any way associated with him? Johnny Adair, I have no doubt, is under 24 hours surveillance by the Special Branch, no matter is it here in Scotland or if it's in Manchester or back home in Belfast. Without, I mean, that would be a fact. So I mean, it would be suicide for me to try anything illegal, let alone drugs.
The only drugs Johnny Adair admits to taking are bodybuilding steroids.
Do I take steroids? Well, does Popeye take spinach? As a teenager, when I was involved in street clashes. I had a number of head wounds where I'd been hit with bottles, stones, hurley sticks and hammers. I'd been hit there with a hurley bat of fighting Catholic youths, and here I was smashed with a hammer. In the back of my head I'd been hit with bottles, and in here I'd been shot point blank range as I attended a UB40 concert back home in Belfast. That was the most recent wound. And 10 years ago, the IRA riddled my car, and they just grazed me here. I was lucky, I was just grazed there on the side. And then some 20 years ago, I was stabbed in the back, here, which resulted in me having to have my spleen removed. And I've been stabbed there with nationalist youths and street clashes with them. And just all in all, I'd had scars about my face and teeth knocked out as a result of fighting. The actual gunman that I now understand, the actual guy pulled the trigger, is himself dead, but he committed suicide whilst living down in Dublin. One of the other ones that physically assaulted me that night was himself murdered by the provisional IRA using the cover name of Direct Action Against Drugs. So they're dead again, and I'm still alive.
A lot of your adversaries,
Pardon?
a lot of the people who are trying to kill you are dead.
Themselves, without me having to fire a shot at them. Interesting indeed, isn't it? I'd like to see what will happen to the people that they're still around.
Only Johnny Adair knows how many bodies lie at his feet. He claims those days are behind him. But many believe he's now operating as a gangster under the directing hand of a Scottish underworld godfather. Adair's enemies, and he has many, are watching their backs.
Good afternoon and welcome to this tour of Belfast. On this tour we're going to bring you through areas which you've probably seen on the news and read about in the newspapers. Okay folks, we're just bringing you into the Shankill area here. You'll see the colours of red, white and blue. Now a loyalist is someone who is loyal to Her Majesty the Queen and the Crown in England. This area in particular at one time was controlled by a man you've probably all heard about, a man called Johnny Mad Dog Adair. Johnny Adair controlled this area with an iron fist.
Adair enjoys the limelight, but even he would be surprised to learn that he's become a tourist attraction.
Now if you look straight out the window, you'll see a large UFF mural. If there's such thing as a good mural, this could be it. If you watch the gunman's eyes and the weapon as we leave the area, both the eyes and the weapon follow you the whole way around this area.
This area erupted into chaos in a murderous feud between different loyalist factions.
Loyalists are once again at each other's throats.
The UDA took brutal and decisive action to rid the Lower Shankill of Adair's supporters.
Local people claim several carloads of men linked to Johnny Adair attacked 2 houses and a car.
We saw literally dozens and dozens of men, lots of guys that were fighting, punching, kicking each other.
Those who remained loyal to Adair had no choice but to leave.
Adair's gang were run out of town.
It's emerged that Loyalist paramilitary leader Johnny Mad Dog Adair has moved to a Scottish seaside town. Strathclyde police said the presence of Adair was clearly of interest to the force.
So what's the tattoo you're getting now and why?
I'm getting a UFFC company one. The words in Latin, actions, not words. C company was an army that were men of actions and not words.
The machine itself, I suppose it's like a gun, really. Like the needle, it doesn't actually, cut you. It punctures your skin. But a lot of people take it better than others.
I think you're in pain there, to be fair. I think you're just being brave.
It is, it's sore. Of course it's sore. The land if I said it wasn't.
You're not going to faint.
No, I hope not.
I've got a Chelsea football
I know,
tattoo.
and you fainted.
You don't my tattoo.
But you're not a brave heart, Donald.
I know.
You're an Irish Celt.